What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jen back again for another Outerplane video, and for today I'm gonna be sharing with you everything I know about Christina, her strengths and weaknesses, her playstyle, her gear builds, her team builds, her skill priority, and yada yada. So Christina is the newest 3-star character to be added into the game, and she is a fire tank. So let us start first with her strengths and weaknesses. Christina's strength lies with her buffing your teammates with the attack buff and defense buff. And also, she can do the unbuffable debuff. The unbuffable debuff is really strong, especially if you can land that one on the enemy. Because if the enemy cannot do some buffs, they can get screwed really easily. They can get wiped out really easily also. And also, she can strip buff with her skill 1. And also, if you use the burst on her skill 1, she will be able to reduce the cooldowns or the buffs, the duration of the buffs that the enemy has. And this one is a really good counter to some certain team composition in arena. Her weakness is that she is a tank, and tanks have really low base speed. If you don't build her with some really nice supports, she will die really easily, especially against cleave attacks. Especially now, cleavers are really popular, and D-Aste exists. She can one-shot a lot of characters in the game. So if you build your Christina with some not really decent build and not really decent teammates, then she will die really easily. But it all comes down to your gear builds and also your other characters build. Now for her play style, you probably gonna be confused on what play style to choose with Christina. Since she is a tank, she has a lot of roles to fills. You can build her with a pure tanking build, like equipping her with the Orius necklace, where she receives the damage taken from your other teammates. She can build like a counter build. I mean the one accessory that gives you the ability to counter attack when you or your teammates get attacked. That is the Elbris something in Epic 7. She can also be built like a debuffer and also a buffer. There are a lot of playstyles to choose for Christina, but right now I'm enjoying playing with her as a buffer, main buffer for my team, and also a stripper or a debuffer. I think that one is the best playstyle for Christina, since those are her main strengths, buffing and debuffing the enemy. Now, what are the gear builds for her? Gear builds for her are pretty wide because as I've said earlier, it depends on your playstyle. If you want her to be fully tanking or taking some damage for your teammates, you can just build her with pure tank builds, HP or defense build. You can even build her with pure evasion, because evasion is probably the best defense in the game right now. It's really hard to counter evasion if you don't have accuracy build, accuracy gears, or you're not using Cindy. And also, for a debuffer build, I think the build that I have right now is the best build for her. Speed build, because you want to be for a debuffer build, you want to be activating her skill tree as soon as you can, much faster than your other teammates. So having the best speed stats available for her will make sure that she will be able to launch her S3 really fast. Same like Leo build, the Leo speed build. You can just build her something like that. Because if the enemy does not have a counter to debuffs, like for example, they don't have Tio, because nowadays there are no Tio in arena defense right now, because of she got power crept by Mene. So if the enemy does not have something like Tio that can counter the debuff, then having her debuff with the unbuffable buff is really, really powerful in my honest opinion. Secondly, I think the best gear build for her is going to be 2-piece immunity set and also 2-piece counter set. Immunity set for countering Tamara enemies because Tamara is really, really strong. She can that is her main weaknesses. Tamara is just broken in every team builds. Tamara is really, really cancer. Even for Christina, because Tamara can shut up Christina because she will not be able to activate her S2 and S3 if Tamara's skill cooldown increase procs. So that is why you build her with immunity and also counter. The other one is counter set, or you might want to be choosing either counter set or evasion set. Those two are really, really good. If you want to be more tanky, then maybe HP set plus immunity set. It really depends on what you want or what you need. But since I don't have a really good immunity set as of now, I'm running the speed build for Christina. You might want to be using her exclusive equipment also because this one makes a huge difference for her kit because as you can see, reduces the enemy team's buff duration by 1 when bursting patriotism activates the skill 1. If you use the burst team, burst skill level 1 or level 2 or even level 3, the burst skill, she will activate this one, and this one is really necessary for you to be able to activate that one. That is why if you plan to use Christina, her exclusive equipment is really, really necessary. Also, since you plan to use this one, Vanguard's Charm is really, really helpful in giving you really easy action points to use the burst skill on her skill 1. So take note on that one. And then for the skill priority, I prioritize skill 3 mainly because of the playstyle that I want for her. I want her to be a debuffer and also a buffer. So if you want her to be a debuffer, you should prioritize this one because this one will get you the 100% chance to inflict unbuffable on all targets. But this one can be resisted by the enemy's resilience. So take note also on that one. I level up the skill 2 only for level 2 because this one increases the effect duration by 1 turn. If you've seen my showcase yesterday, I've said it in that video that I only raised this one to level 2 simply because there are no more than 3 or 4 turns in arena right now. The fight ends really, really quickly. So yeah, there's no need for me to raise the skill cooldown of this one since I'm only after the attack buff to be raised by 1 more duration. And then for her S1, I think this one, if you plan to fully utilize the strip debuff for this one, then you might want to max this one out, but this one is not really a priority. This one is best build for if you plan to max this one, you should be using the counter set, the immunity counter set build. This one will be very, very beneficial if you fully max this one out. Of course, you need to upgrade her to maximum upgrade for her to have more stats. Now let's move on for Christina's team building. Now, what are the best teammates for Christina? If you plan to use her attack buff, I think units that benefits the most are DPS characters, right? But if you've seen my showcase yesterday, this Stella makes a huge difference if you pair her up with Christina. If you build your D Stella as the main DPS, why? Because if the enemy has a enemy Valentine and the enemy Valentine procs first, takes the turn first, she will activate the S2 to S3, right? By activating her S2, Christina will activate her agile response, buffing your teams. Then if Valentine procs the priority push to your team, this Stella will activate the revenge. And if your D Stella is built with pure DPS and also really nice DPS, a really good DPS build. With her attack buff, she can almost wipe out the entire team. Aside from this, Stella, it really depends on the team that you are trying to fight. Like for example here, this one. This one has a Tamara, right? But you want to be praying to RNG that Valentine will take first, so that when Valentine takes the turn first, you will be able to kill them with your D Stella. I have here Tamara as the one of the most annoying debuffer in the game. Everyone uses Tamara nowadays. And also the Aste. So these two are the flex spot. It really depends on what you need. You can even put Mayne here. You can even put some defensive stops for you to support these two characters alone, these two core characters in your team. Something like that. So you really want to be building some synergy with Christina. Those characters that really synergizes very well with her attack buff and defense buff, and also what do you call this, teams that can probably make her survive longer just by putting some healer here like Mayne per if worse comes to worse. Well, there you go guys, that is my complete guide for Christina. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And I think that's it for me for today guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you could help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.